we are back to the top of the order, which is going to give us Jarral. You are up.
Right. What did the Druid do?
Druid stayed right there. He's kind of waiting to see what the group is doing. So he's basically just standing there.
All right. So Jarral is
and he won't do too much because Logan's out for this week. He's in Florida.
Right.
So I'm just going to play him, but barely. So he'll follow the group. He'll cast a heal spell or whatever, but don't rely on too much else.
So Jarral's gonna kind of run up to the corner here, and that's Teagraiel, right?
Yep.
Okay. So look at Teagraiel, kind of perturbed. Like, what have you done?
He said he was just looking.
The dwarf.
Yeah, and as you come around that corner, you do see clearly the glass that you heard break. You recognize immediately that, yep, it was this window that I heard.
All right. So he looks at the two. Shall we go? We should follow. Actually, let me. Sorry.
We have a bard.
So I'm going to instead. So that was 10 feet. So I'm going to, instead of following them through the window, I'm going to 10, 15, 20. I think. Yeah, I think that puts me right around here. So I'm going to try and come around the front of the building. And I'm going to... my action will be dodge.
Okay. And what was dodge again? Did we read that off when you...
Yeah, it is basically
just
focused entirely on avoiding attacks. Until the start of my next turn, any attack roll made against me has disadvantage if you can see the attacker and you make a dexterity saving throw with advantage. Yep.
Alright. Sounds good. So, moving... Okay, so that was movement and action set. That will move us to... So the bell ringing has now stopped. So it is now finally getting quiet, although people's ears are probably ringing still. I'm going to roll. And the wargs are still oblivious to you guys. They are not seeing any of the stuff that you're doing. So they're going to continue eating on a carcass that is laying in the courtyard there, in the town square. And that will move us to Greybeard.
What a bunch of dumb dogs.
Okay.
Well, they rolled a 1 on perception and then a 2, so...
They were hungry.
Good dogs. Good dogs. There's a door up here. I guess I open it.
All right. And as you open this door, you go to the token layer here. And go ahead and move through the door into, or do you want me to move you?
Oh. Already did.
Yep, there you go. You see Just as you were opening the door and walking in, you see a goblin who is reaching for the door handle. And it's like the handle, he misses. He's like, where'd the handle go? He looks at his hand, and then you bump right into them as you walk into the room. So you have two goblinoid creatures staring at you in awe. They're like, huh? And you still have your action.
Death and mayhem.
And now I'm going to put them on the initiative turn. So go ahead. You can make an action still because you just moved in, but you still have an action. So what would you like to do?
I hit him with my axe.
All right. Yeah, 24 is
Yeah, he does.
easy hit. So what you can do is you can click on the word Great Axe in the right underneath the 24, and it should give you your damage when you do that. 10 slashing damage. Nice. And which one did you hit? The one to the north?
North.
Or the south? To the north.
And his message with me should still be up if he wants to say anything.
Death and mayhem.
Oh, great.
Short and sweet.
Not one for specifics.
Or vocabulary.
I'm so glad I don't have an open mic. I'm laughing so hard.
You are. You do have open mic.
I do?
Yeah.
You do.
Okay. I've been pushing the button all night.
That's
funny. Well, if I'm typing or clicking pens or whatever, let me know, and I'll fix it.
All right, I'm just putting these guys on my initiative order, but it was taking me a second here. Sorry. You do 10 points of slashing damage. And then they had a 4. So they also will go. Okay. You put a giant gash into him. He still stands.
Super Goblin.
Now that is your turn. And yeah, so you did your movement, you did your action. You probably have a tiny bit of movement left. But if you move away from the bottom goblin, that's going to give him a free attack on you unless you stay kind of there.
As long as they're engaged with me, they're gonna like have advantage because they outgun me. There's no position I could move to without taking that attack and whatnot. So I just gotta.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm not seeing any place that you could move to where you would not be at disengage. So okay, just so we know. Okay, so that brings us to Armel, our druid. And he is going to, we're going to zoom back out so I can see where he's at. He is going to follow, he's actually just going to stand next to Teagraiel. And he is going to wait. If a hostile creature comes around the building, he will attack. If not, he will wait to see what Teagraiel does. That will move us to Aila.
Well, Aila, to be one for justice, sees that they're gnawing on some corpse over there and possibly heard that something's going on in the building.
Corpse of a dog.
Hey man, justice is justice. So, sorry friends. She's gonna aim and hopefully hit.
All right, which one are you going to shoot?
I mean, the one closest to me, it's in front. Just seems.
Okay.
I mean,
So
I'm
you-
skilled in archery. I'm not that skilled, guys.
You should be able to click on your weapon, and it should make a roll for you.
Fuck you, Mr.
Not that
War.
skilled.
Not bad.
All
Still
right.
nat 20.
And roll your damage by clicking on 11. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
Take that.
warg. Let me see something. Just make sure I'm doing it right. I want to see. I'm not seeing their hit points, so let me look their hit points up real quick. I thought it was on the token, but something's not. Okay.
It's 4d10 plus 4.
Yeah, I think these ones are set already. Let me just.
The average of a 10 is. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like
27?
26.
26, maybe? I don't know. Something like that.
Okay, now I see what they're doing.
Oh, and then she's
Um,
gonna move back a bit.
Okay, so that's 15 points of damage, correct? Nice hit.
Take that, you big beast thing.
So
you.
it dives right into the back of the ward. It yelps, and then it spins around, and then that alerts the other one also. And they obviously something. I mean, the yelp it's made was really loud, and then but you did a ton of damage to it. So your arrow is buried into the back of that.
I aim for the spine.
Okay, and then you moved after that.
Yeah, I just moved back some.
Okay, good. And all right, great turn. That moves us to Teagraiel. You just heard the yelp of a gigantic warg, and you heard the crashing inside the church area. What are you doing?
I turned to Armel and motioned for him to boost me up. I said, "The dwarf is causing death and mayhem."
Yeah, he gives you a boost you up.
All right, I'm going through the window. Or actually, do I see? What window is it? Is it the one where I look in and I see him, or is it into a different area?
No, let me put you in the building so you can see it. So you come through that window.
Okay. So I don't see anybody in the room that I'm in.
No, you see two open doors. Let me go back to the ping. So this door is open, and you can see the wargs out there, and you see this door open here, but you're not really seeing too much.
Okay, but
You still have
I can hear the combat coming from that other door, right?
Yeah, from your left. Yep.
All right. Well, I will go to the open door to the east and close it.
Okay, you have 5, 10, 15, 20, yeah, good enough there. Okay, so that door is closed.
And if it can be barred, I'm barring it.
Sure, yeah, you can find a bar that can be placed on. There's like a lock that you can put on it, so you can lock
Yeah,
it.
I just don't want the wargs coming through that door.
Okay. That was your movement, and we'll say locking the door is your action then.
Sounds good.
Getting that set, and that will move us to the goblins inside. room there.
Did the warg turn around maliciously and like snarl? Something that would
It
show
yelped,
that...
and it definitely yelped and turned, but it didn't move or anything.
Okay.
And your turn's going to come up before they've already done their thing. They're not going to do anything. Your turn's going to come up again.
Okay.
Although I suppose... Yeah, I suppose that when it turned, you could fire an arrow. I mean, you were ready to do something like that. So I don't see any reason why you couldn't do that.
Okay. So I shoot an arrow.
Okay.
I shoot an arrow with my longbow. Nope.
All right.
Fine.
It goes sailing over the wall and out into the moat, and you lose that arrow.
Rip.
Okay, so the two goblins on the inside are going to try to attack. Should be. I'll just roll it. So, let's see. One of the goblins swings his scimitar at you and tried to roll a 13. Does that hit the dwarf? What's your AC?
14.
All right, so first goblin misses, and then I'm going to go ahead and roll the second one. This one's going to be advantage because he's kind of the one that's behind you and he's attacking with his buddy at the same time. So this roll will be an advantage roll. And a 10 and a 12 also miss. So you kind of duck and dive, and they're kind of bumping into each other as they're trying to get a hit on you, and they miss their attacks.
Because I'm a monster.
They don't move. They're just going to keep attacking you. And so we move the turn order ahead, and that brings us to Ian. You're up.
All right. Having just tried to hit an arrow, I try for it again.
Okay. I assume the front one is the one you're trying to hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right, so the arrow hits the ground in front of the warg but misses. You still have movement at this point, but you've used your action.
No, I stay there.
Okay. So that'll be the end of your turn if you're not going to move. That puts us at the top of the order, and we are at Jarral.
So Jarral's looking back at our druid and kind of motioning as to whether or not he wants to go through the window into the church, or if he wants to follow along with Jarral.
You motion to who?
To our druid.
He gives you a nod of like he's going to go through the window.
Okay, does it look like he's going to need help to do that?
He's just going to try to climb through.
Okay, so I guess I'm kind of giving some signals. Do you need my help?
Yeah, he doesn't give you any signals. Like he doesn't say like come over and help or anything. He thinks he can just climb through it.
Okay. All right. So I then will. So these boulders, I mean, they look like they're like taking up 5 feet of space. So I'm assuming that I can like hide behind one or get cover.
But they're sunk in the ground, so it's not like, I mean, you'd be hiding behind something that's only to the top of your knee, so I wouldn't say it would give you cover, even though for whatever reason they've drawn the sight lines that way.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to continue. So I've seen that the wargs have been aggravated.
Yeah, you see you probably would have seen the arrow that was hit the back. You've seen 2 arrows miss the front ward. You've seen Aila fire and move back towards you. And that's about as much as you've seen.
Alright. And Ian is back here by the door, right?
I'm on top.
Oh, you're on top of the tower?
Yeah, I
Oh.
just can't see if I'm inside.
Okay. Alright, so he's going to... So I'm gonna be like in the door, like undercover, so that I'm not in sunlight. And I'm gonna sit here and hold. And if any of the wargs come in my direction, like if they're, if they come up here and they're within reach, then I will. Actually, you know what? If any of the wargs come within this area here, then I'll attack with a dart.
Okay. So you've moved and then you're going to hold action. Okay.
Yep.
That brings us to the war. And yep, they are going to move. First part of their move is going to move that there. And there. They're going to make a dash move. Not doing anything, or are going to do something, or...
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna hold.
Okay, and then they dash. And here. So they're using a dash move, so double their movement to...
Okay,
actually
now I will.
move quicker.
Alright, so
Sure.
I'm gonna...
Which one are you gonna hit?
The guy that just came up to me. Okay, so is he now in front of me? Or...
Yeah, he's charging right at you.
Alright. Let's see.
Yeah, he's right in those squares. He's charging right at you. I mean,
Alright.
you'll get your attack off, but
Do I know if this was the one that was hit?
you do not see an arrow in this one.
Okay. So I'm going to... I will attack. Yeah, so I'm going to... So as he charges up to me, I'm going to time it, and I'm going to just kind of step aside, or try to step aside, as he's rushing me, and I'm going to give it an elbow to the side of the head, or try to.
So an unarmed attack?
An armed attack, yep.
Okay.
And I believe... So is he considered also undercover?
Nah, he's so big, I wouldn't say so.
Alright. So then I roll a 10.
Okay. And his AC is a 13, so you gotta roll higher than that. So nope. That would be a miss.
Alright, so I whiff on that, and because of my feature, Martial arts. Do you see this? Lucien?
Do I see what?
In chat? Or is it just to me? That might be just to me. Okay, so I have a martial arts feature. When unarmed or wielding monk weapons and no armor or shield, I can use my dexterity instead of strength. I can roll a d4. When using attack action with unarmed or monk weapon on my turn, I can make one unarmed as a bonus action.
Oh, right. Okay.
So I miss with the first one, just kind of grazing the back of its head, and follow it up with a punch with my other hand. And miss again. Man.
Okay. Well, you hit. It's just the hide is tough enough that you recognize that you haven't done enough damage to it.
Right.
You haven't hit just the right spot
Okay.
yet.
By the way, I love Eat My Fist. That's awesome.
All right, so they've used their dash action to get to both of you. They have not. That would not allow them to attack in this turn. So they just used it to get to you. They will attack next turn.